Greetings, ISDS2000 online students for the summer 2013 semester. Welcome to the class. Today is the first day, and I hope you received my email yesterday and that you're in the pause class and that you've got your book and your access code and maybe even you're set up and have looked around at our assignments in the Connect system and that you're ready to begin. And I just really want to give you this first note of encouragement to say hit the ground running. Summer is a 10-week semester. A regular semester tends to run around 15 weeks, and so 10 weeks is a little bit shorter. We're going to move through some material kind of quickly here, and so it's very, very important that you don't fall behind. And I've given you some tools to help with that, and I hope that you've started to explore these tools in our course already, the materials in our course. The first thing is a calendar, right? And as you look at this very first week, today is Tuesday, May the 28th, there are already some very important things that you need to do. And so the first thing is, of course, you need your textbook and you need your access code. Now, if you've looked over the syllabus and if you don't have your textbook and your access code, the syllabus gives you some information where you can still get started, and that is to use the free 21-day trial that the publisher has provided. That 21-day free trial is in Connect, and I've given you the web address to our course in Connect. And it includes two things. Instead of just being Connect, it's actually Connect Plus. What's the difference? The plus simply means that the ebook is available as part of it. So as you look around inside the assignments, across the top you'll see library or resources, something like that. If you click that link, you'll have access to the ebook. And you may find that you really like the ebook because oftentimes as you're working on a problem, there'll be a link down at the bottom of the homework problem that says, go to the textbook, and it'll take you to the specific page in the textbook where you can reference an example that's similar to the problem. In other words, where they covered that in the actual textbook, okay? So I want you to get set up. That's very important that you do that today because you have some assignments due, and we're going to talk about that. But one of the most important things that is technically not due until Saturday, but I would highly advise you to do this right now, is to log into Pause. Now, as I explained in the email to the class, Pause is the college's course management system. Since we meet online, Pause is kind of where we gather. It's where we communicate. It's where I provide handouts to you. It's where I send you emails, and it's where I post messages like this video message, okay? So here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to the quizzes link in Pause. You're going to see a quiz there that says it says attendance, first reporting date. You open it up. It says, are you attending the class? You're going to click yes. You're going to hit submit, and you're going to get some points for that. Those are the easiest points that you'll ever get throughout the semester, except for the second attendance reporting date. What that does is it's kind of like I walk into the class and I say, so-and-so, are you here? And it's like you're saying here to me. And it just gives me a nice, concise list so I know who's attending and who's not attending. So please do that. That'll make sure that your attendance, is smooth in the class and that I report you as being here. Now, I'm going to turn to the second page of this calendar, and I'm going to see that by Sunday, this coming Sunday, you already have some assignments due. You have your assignments in Connect that are due for Chapter 1 as well as Chapter 2. So you say, well, wait a minute, I'm still waiting on financial aid, I'm still waiting on this, that, or the other. No excuses, because you can use the 21-day free trial. As you go through the syllabus, I talk a little bit about that. Just very quickly to tell you how that works. You go into Connect. You say, I don't yet have a login, so I'm going to set that up. As you go through, you're going to be prompted to answer some questions. Please be very patient. You need to let every screen fully load, okay? And when it says, how do you want to pay, there's going to be three choices. You can pay with a credit card. You can pay with the access code. If you bought the book bundle from the bookstore, then the code is probably bundled up in there, and you kind of pull out the card that's inside the book, and you pull out the little card that's inside the card, okay? Finally, you'll get to a code. You type that code in. That could be your payment. The third option, and you're going to look around the screen, the third option is going to be, do you want to just start the free trial, the 21-day free trial? Do that. Even if you have the access code, you can always make that payment, a little later on. So no excuses, you can get started right away. Chapters 1 and 2 are due this coming Sunday. Now, Chapter 1 is kind of an overview chapter. Chapter 2 is going to talk about some things that maybe you're already familiar with, some of the data types, right? Whether it's interval data, ratio data, whether it is descriptive data. We're going to talk about those kind of things. So take a look at that. I think that you'll be able to complete those assignments easily by this Sunday. Then right away you're going to keep on working and you're going to go into chapters 3 and 4. We're going to cover about 2 chapters a week. Now at the end of the second week I do have another attendance reporting quiz that I need you to complete. Chance for you to pick up some very easy points. So look at the calendar, make sure that you're following along. Now if you're looking at these assignments on the calendar and it's not descriptive enough, speaking of descriptive data, for you, I gave you another calendar or schedule that kind of has more of a note style to it. Print this off, look at it. You can see, you need to get familiar and acquainted with our course right away, okay? I'm going to turn over to the second page of that and you'll see a weekly view, okay? Each week, and I go from, in this case, Tuesday to Sunday, but then it'll be Monday to Sunday, Monday to Sunday, and I tell you where you should be, what you should be working on. Now, obviously, if you're taking more than one course, or if you know that you have a family vacation coming up this summer, you may need to make plans to work ahead, not behind, because I don't accept late assignments, and that's really for your benefit. You probably say, yes, you're right, okay? But it is for your benefit, because if you fall behind, it's really hard to get right back up on top and to do very well. Better for you to work ahead, okay? And I really believe that. So work hard. It's critical to practice these assignments and to do them repeatedly, okay? So speaking of assignments, what are we supposed to do? Well, I'm going to give you one more sheet, okay? And this tells you the website where you can start in Connect, and if you have any problems setting up your login ID, I've got the 1-800 number, I've got the technical support site that you can go to so that you can get help with Connect and get yourself into that system and get working. Okay, now the last document is the syllabus, and on the first day of class, typically what we do is go over the syllabus. So maybe in the online class we'll do that a little bit also. But I tell you what I tell my classroom students, and as a college student, something you've probably heard before, which is, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you because you're certainly able to do that. But let's just kind of hit on a couple key parts, okay? 1, our class meets in pause, so you need to check that daily. Check your pause email daily, check our course homepage daily for important videos like this. I've got the ways that you can communicate with me in there, okay? What kind of textbook do you need? What about the 21-day free trial? There it is. Look at this right there on the syllabus. My pages are just blowing around because it's summer and we can be outside, right? As long as we're working, just like we're doing right now, right? Okay, so I'm telling you a little bit about that. Some of your course materials are over there on page 6. You may find that you need a calculator. If you're going to do the extra credit work, you will find that you need Excel. Most public libraries have Microsoft Excel loaded on their computers. Excel's it's a business tool. It's very much in demand, and so I think that you'll enjoy that. I encourage you to get it and to install it on your computer because I think you'll need it as part of your college career, your business career. But it is available to you in public libraries as well as on the computers at the college campus. Okay. Now, let's look at some other things here. I wanted to go over to your assignments. Let's talk about that. What all do we have to do in this course? Well, we have several exams, right? So actually I've talked about the attendance quiz and you're going to earn some points. So on page 8 of your syllabus, you can look at that along with me. First thing you need to do is get out there and confirm that you're attending the course. You're going to pick up some very easy points that way. Then you're probably going to be concerned about how many exams do we have. We have a lot of exams in this class because what I have found is that rather than going all semester only to find out that you don't truly understand, that it's much better if we have exams more frequently. So we have 5 exams, but the great thing about 5 exams in 10 weeks, first of all, you're going to be having an exam about every 2 weeks. We're going to be covering a couple chapters, we're going to have an exam, we're going to cover a couple chapters, have an exam, right? You're going to have a drop grade, okay? So that's really important. If you have one particular exam that you kind of blow up on, then that will be your lowest score, and I will automatically drop your lowest exam grade, right? Now, you also have homework assignments. Let me tell you some really great things about the homework assignments. All the homework assignments, as well as the exams, are done in Connect. Connect is very important. You need to get in there, get registered, get your login ID, and start working, right? You have the ability on the homework assignments to redo them as many times as you want. Now, I don't go in there and look at how many attempts you've made unless you and I get into a disagreement, okay? And then in which case that kind of stuff becomes relevant. But all I'm concerned about is what was your highest grade? What was your absolute highest grade? That's the one that I'm going to record, okay? Because in the olden days, what we used to do is we'd assign the odd number problems. You know why we assign the odd number problems? Because all students knew that you could flip to the back of the book and the answers would be there. Well, why in the world would a teacher assign problems where the answers are in the back of the book? Because what we wanted you to be able to do is to use the homework to learn. Well, now in this day and age of computers and the internet, all the problems have answers to them. You're going to work them in Connect, online in the system. For the homework, you have an option that says check my work. Now, check my work is okay. It just simply tells you if you got it right or wrong. As you can imagine, you will not have the check my work option when you get to the exams, okay? Because then the exam is like the real world. You're supposed to have confidence in your answer. You're supposed to know that it's right for that one. So you work a couple problems in the homework and you submit it. Don't just save it and try to come back to it later. Hit that submit button. Commit to that, okay? See how your score is. You say, oh my goodness, I only made it 20%, right? Oh, did horribly. Well, that's not the problem. The problem is, what did you do wrong? What caused these errors? Look at the solutions, because after you hit submit, the system will say this is the correct answer and this is how the correct answer was achieved. Do you, now that you see the correct answer, are you having an aha moment? Do you say, I see perfectly? Or are you totally confused? If you're totally confused, what did you do to come up with the answer? These are the kind of things that you can email me about and said, I really thought I did this and I thought it was right. And when you tell me that, I'm able to look at what you did and I'm able to email you back and say, well, when you chose this, you should have done that. And that's when the learning really occurs. It's much more productive if you tell me a lot about what you did rather than just say, I just don't get number 5, number 3, I don't get it, I don't get it. That's not productive. I can work with that, but it's typically kind of frustrating for you because I'll typically start out and say, well, what did you do? What did you try? What, are you looking at this part of your textbook? It's not because I'm not trying to be helpful. It's because I want to, the learning and the problem solving occurs when you get in there and you figure it out. So I can guide you on that journey, and I'm perfectly willing to do that, happy to do that. But the more you tell me about the steps you've already taken on the journey, the more I can tell you, well, this is maybe where things got a little bit off, okay? Okay, so another thing about the Connect. I'm going to let you do them unlimited times. I already told you that. I'm only interested in the highest score you made. I don't even care when you made it. In other words, if you make a 10%, a 100%, and then a 3%, I don't care about that 3%. I'm going to give you the 100 because that was your highest score. But there's a minimum grade that's involved. Because I'm giving you every opportunity to do really, really well, unlimited attempts, you have to score 85% or higher. You have unlimited attempts. If you hit that submit button, you're going to see the solutions, but you just have to work it until you understand. So you might be thinking, why don't I just memorize that the answer to the first question is 3? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first reason is it's not going to help you on the test, okay, because the homework is going to be used on the test. The second reason is that number 1 is not always going to be number 1. The order of the problems changes randomly. Number 1 will be number 3, it'll be number 2, will be number 5. Okay, so they're going to be shuffled. But you say, that's okay, because when I see the verbiage, I'll know that for this problem, the answer is always 3. The numbers that are inside those word problems are going to randomly change. Well, that doesn't seem fair maybe, right? Sure it does, because the process does not change. The numbers have been changed to protect the innocent, but the process will always be the same. If you can look at that problem and say, when I see this, the process is that, That's all we're looking at in statistics, right? Because we're going to get lots of great information from solving these problems, but the process for solving problems will remain the same. We just have to identify the kind of problem it is, and you'll see that throughout the semester. Okay, so really that's all that you have. You have your test, you have your homework, but homework is very important. Make plans to spend time with it every day, every day. For the first 2 chapters, you may say this is going to be easy. We're just getting started. It's going to ramp up. Stay on top of it. You can do it. It's not impossible. It's not insurmountable. You can do it, but it's important to stay current with it and to stay involved with it every single day. Rework that homework as many times as possible. Then you can study it for the exam, right? You can print off your old attempts and see what you did wrong. Okay. Also in the syllabus, as we get through this 10 weeks, you'll be interested in how to calculate your grade. You might be interested in that now, which would be good. You'll see that over there on page 9. Okay, starting on page 10 of your syllabus, if you'll page through that with me, you will see detailed instructions on each one of your assignments. I would like for you to go through and read that. The minimum scores are explained. The drop grades are explained. Okay, now, what about extra credit? Well, the thing about extra credit is typically students ask for extra credit at the end of the semester. And at that point they typically say something like, could I just write a paper, a couple pages, and we'll just say that that's my grade for the course. No, you can't do that, okay? Because if I could teach statistics by having everybody write a 2-page paper, then I wouldn't outline all these other things that I want you to do, okay? It's a process to learn statistics, and we need to be involved with it. And furthermore, it's not fair to the other students who did all the work if we just let you write a paper at the end. So I never ever do that. Don't even bother to ask, because the answer is no. I don't take late work. You've got to stay on top of it. You've got to be done on time, and I don't do makeup assignments. So going into this, make your commitment, make your plans, because you already know that I'm not going to adjust those assignment dates. Okay, I'm not going to take the late work. So what if you do want some extra credit? Then you do this as we go through the semester, and you're going to do it using Microsoft Excel. Now, I tell you everything that you need to know to use Excel to complete the assignment. All my extra credit assignments have videos where you're looking at the screen with me, and we're going to walk through it together. Surprisingly, most students will email me and say, I don't know how to do it. I uploaded something, hope it's good enough, but I didn't look at what you did at all. I'm always astounded by that. Extra credit, by definition, means you're doing something extra. And in this case, you're going to learn how to use Excel to solve business statistics problems. A benefit of completing the extra credit assignments is that it's going to make doing your homework that much easier, so you might want to explore those. Your first extra credit assignment starts with Chapter 2. I have them for Chapters 2 through 8. Okay, we're going to go through Chapter 12 in the book, but I only have extra credit for 2 through 8, so be on top of that. Due dates do apply. All the details for the extra credit assignments are contained in PAWS under Dropbox, so really look around in PAWS. Okay, now on top of all that, let me just move on to the next page here. I have some brief notes about my office hours and how to contact me. As an online student, hopefully email is something you're very comfortable with. Especially over the summer, email is a very convenient way to get in touch with me. I check email much more frequently than I am at the office to meet with you. So if you would, send me an email and I will be glad to get back to you. Of course, where does that email come from? PAWS, right? Got to come through that PAWS system. Okay. Now, when you email me, I would ask for something that I do for you, and I'm only asking you to return the favor, okay? And that is that we treat each other with respect. In the wee hours when you're working on a business statistics problem and you really kind of had it up to here and you're frustrated and you kind of don't feel real good about yourself, it's very easy to take it out on your instructor. Don't do that. That is a really bad precedence to set, okay? Let's not get at odds with each other. Let's talk to each other respectfully. I do want to help you. I want you to tell me what you're doing. I want you to understand that I do not sit at the computer 24 hours a day. If you're emailing me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've had this happen, don't email me at 3 o'clock in the morning irritated that I've not yet responded to you, okay? People sleep, people go to the grocery store, all kinds of things like that, okay? So allow time. Ask a question, back away, get away from it, and then give me time to respond. think about how you can approach it again. Study groups are great. You can organize those with other students. The Academic Support Center is a resource for you, and I provide you with YouTube videos throughout the semester. YouTube can be a very rich source of students as well as teachers from a wide variety of institutions solving business statistics problems, okay? So it's a great thing as part of your college career to know how to filter through those, and I've already pre-selected many videos for you that hopefully will be helpful. Okay, so I know this was a long video. Thanks for going with us. Look through the syllabus, look through the schedules, get working. That's the most important thing. Get set up and connect. Go ahead and complete Chapter 1. What do you have to lose? Do it the first time, submit it. You can do it again. You have unlimited attempts. Do it for Chapter 2. I call them reconnaissance missions. I'm just going to take it, see what I don't know, right? Because those are the things that I'm going to look up maybe in the e-book or the printed textbook, whichever you chose to purchase, and get the answers so that I can come back, attack it again, and get the best possible score. Have to get an 85% or better for it to count, but I have unlimited attempts to do that, right? It's part of the learning process. So hit the ground running, and we'll be talking again very soon. Okay, thanks.